Lady, you are delusional. Especially since you're spending $1,200 on a suitcase every friggin' flight. I don't know how much you get paid, but even with being a first-class flight attendant, I doubt it's enough to be able to afford this. You're in debt, aren't you? Why are you doing this to yourself? Every flight? It's fixed. No longer problems. Yes. The game wasn't even opening. It was just a black screen. Ah. Hi, Ogama. Oh, and there's a major latency, I see. Okay, interesting. That's a good minute or two. Anyway, we're going back in to Turbout Airlines. I believe we landed at an airport. I don't know if that's our destination airport or if it's a random one we stopped at just for a little while. But we'll see. Oh, I just realized that this is a red night. Oh no, I know who that is! Why are you here, you creepy man? You creepy, terrible man! I recognize that man bun from anywhere! That front-facing man bun! Oh my gosh, no! Why are you here? No! No! Why? Why the frick is he here? Does anyone else recognize who this man is? The man that's currently eating a bento box staring at a plane. Does anyone recognize him? Anyone else but me? I remember him because he made me extremely uncomfortable, and he's the only person I know with hair like that. Oh no! Why are you here? March 12th, 1 p.m. local time, Hope Springs Airport. Are we back in Japan, San Francisco, wherever the heck we are? Japanese San Francisco? Is that where we are? We back here? Is that why this man is here? Why are you back? Why? At least I don't have to see your face right now, but... I know that once we had landed, I was supposed to let the local police take over. And thanks to Miss Tenerio and Miss Melly, I was able to preserve the crime scene. I just can't shake it. I wasn't able to talk with Miss Tenerio in private. So, I'm left wondering just what was she up to? Why did she do what she did? There must be a way for me to continue my investigation. Huh? I have been expecting you, Miles Edgeworth. I knew it was you, Franziska! Of course! Oh, please don't whip me. I say you have it. Don't whip me. Franziska, I thought you were still in Germany. I go where I am needed. And wherever there are criminals to be caught. Her name is Franziska von Karma. The daughter of my mentor, Manfred von Karma. She, like myself, is a prosecutor. Are you heading up this case? It would be a bit of a relief if you are. Don't you try to flatter me, Miles Edgeworth. I'm placing you under arrest. What? I already proved that I'm not... What? It's quite frustrating, actually. I had hoped to exact my revenge on you in a different venue. But I'll have to take what I can get. Never thought I'd see the day when a disciple of the House of Von Karma would become a criminal. Have you no shame? Your dad is literally a criminal as well. Wait! It has all been a big misunderstanding. I didn't kill the victim. A misunderstanding? I heard all about the murder over the police radio from the captain himself. You waited for the victim on the first floor and then beat him to death. Franziska, do you honestly believe that I killed a man? I suppose I should reserve judgment until after I have investigated this for myself. I can put your arrest on hold until then. That's as it should be. I don't need a lecture on how to perform my duties from you of all people. To be perfect in every way, the fulfillment of that creed alone is all I strive for. Well, I have my own creed which I must fulfill, so why don't we solve this together? I have to get going. The crime scene awaits. Don't you dare leave town. Trust me, I had no intention to. Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
Gumshoe, hi! Too slow. Why?
Ow!
Listen up. I'm leaving you in charge of watching this man. Don't mess up. Understand?
Mr. Edgeworth? I'm supposed to guard him?
A simple yes or no, detective.
Yes, sir! Understood, sir! You just leave it to me!
Miles Edgeworth. If you interfere with my investigation, I'll arrest you on the spot. Are we clear? Now then, if you'll excuse me. Freaking vampire curtsy. Goodbye!
Good to see you again, Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Boy, am I glad to see you're okay!
Thank you, detective.
I believe in you, sir. You can lean on me. I'll get you through this.
I have to admit, I'm a bit curious as to what Franziska is up to. Maybe I should ask the detective. Very well. In that case, I have a few questions for you. You look so lost, just standing here. I'm gonna leave. Oh, I can't. Why do you have a flamethrower on your back? Lunchland. That seems familiar. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own branch shops. Which should I go with? I recommend our Airport Special World Flags lunchboxes. Only available for a limited time. We have a variety of lunchboxes made up to look like different countries' flags. I wonder if they're aiming to take Lunchland to the international markets. Oh, hi. Are you glad you're finally off the plane? This man was in the first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair. I did it. I made it the whole flight. I'm not scared of turbulence anymore. He must have been pretty scared. He's repeating the same thing over and over to himself. Looking from behind. I think I've seen this man somewhere before. What was the voice I gave him? I don't remember. It's been so long.
In Soviet Russia, world flag lunchboxes eat Joe. Found it! Wow! Oh, I feel a wave of creative powers coming on. It's over 9,000.
I don't even know what I'm doing. I legit don't remember.
For my next neat movie, it's going to be the Steel Samurai Warrior of Neo-Tokyo versus the World Samurai Champion of Earth. It's gonna rocksters, so much boxers.
What the frick? So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie. I knew it was you. I just don't remember the voice I gave you. It's been so long. What have you and the planes preparing for takeoff? Besides the turbulence, they're really not all that bad as a mode of transportation. What about the child? This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of so many planes.
Wow, I'd love to take a run down that runway.
Oh, the youth of today. So much potential, yet so misguided. How can you even stand and look at it? It's like an earthquake, but in the sky. It's a skyquake. Skyquake machine. I should try to get information on Detective Gumshoe first. I wasn't trying to leave, I was just looking at stuff. I can't believe there's no one manning the counter when a murder has just occurred. Strange that there's no one manning the counter. Plant. Okay, no words about the plant? Okay. Hi, Gumshoe. You look so dejected and just standing here. You look lost. You okay? Oh, hi. Let's present to him what I got.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I think something just fell out of your pocket.
What are you...
So did something fall out or not? I didn't get a good look, sir.
It doesn't concern you, so don't worry about it. My prosecutor badge of all things. Gumshoe must never know that I dropped it. Oh gosh dang it, I don't want to look at the wallet, I want to show it to him. Detective Gumshoe, this is...
Oh, is that for me? You should have, sir. But I'll gladly take anything you want to give to me.
Hands off, detective. This item is related to the case.
So, what about it did you want to ask me about?
Forget I asked, detective. Why would you take a wine-soaked wallet to begin with? Anything.
What is this? This raccoon-looking thing?
It's not a raccoon. It's the mascot of Go-You Airlines. His name is Captain Ugo, and apparently he's supposed to be a monkey. I thought he was a tanuki.
Ooh! I feel like some inspiration coming on. I'm going to make a piggy bank out of the police mascot, the Blue Badger. Then whenever there's any loose change lying around the precinct, it can go in there.
Sure sounds great, as long as it isn't any of my money. And stretching the gaudy suitcase.
So, this design, it's so postmodern, sir.
What? Postmodern, you say?
Yeah, especially this alien-shaped handle here. You can really feel a connection.
A connection? Right. Detective, please stop with your horrible impression of an art critic. What the heck? Oh, I got followed by Franziska von Karma! What? I thought you just went to the plane to investigate the murder I'm being accused of! Hi!
But I was only telling you my honest feelings, sir.
So, how's the initial investigation going?
We just shipped the body off to the coroner's office. And we're taking statements now, sir.
That sounds like a Franziska. She was always good at quick responses to a case. There's an F between the Go You.
I'd say she's a little too quick, sir.
Oh, how so? Yeah, I know you are.
I rushed it over as soon as I got word of the affair, sir. But somehow when I got here, Miss Von Karma was already here barking out orders at everyone. It was kind of creepy, as though she knew there had been a murder or something. It had come in advance to await your flight's arrival.
That is sort of odd. She did show up rather quickly and out of the blue. Plus, I still don't know why she's here in America. There must be some backstory to all of this. Franziska von Karma.
Miss Von Karma just kind of popped up at the prosecutor's office about a week ago, sir. Something about chasing down leads related to a certain incident.
No details?
It's kind of top secret, so she can't talk about it. Even with me, sir.
Knowing her, the only type of talking she likes to do is with her wit. Plus, I doubt the top secret part was what stopped her from talking to you, Detective. Although, I wonder if her case has anything to do with mine.
Anyway, that's about all the info I have, sir. We should find out more as we investigate.
Yes, it is high time to resume my investigation. Starting with talking to the people involved in this case afresh. Are they still gonna accuse me of murder? Lunchland. Not bad. I guess it's gotten big enough to warrant its own branch.
Oh, I've always wanted to get their steak lunch a try.
Which should I go with?
I recommend our airport special.
If you really want one that badly, Detective, why don't you go ahead and buy one?
Is that okay, sir? Thanks! Alright, then I'm really gonna get one. Here I go! Excuse me, miss? I'll take a Star Spangled Banner lunchbox, please.
I hope he's aware that it's the most expensive one on the menu. This child seems to be happily enjoying the sight of so many planes.
I'm all excited to see this many planes too! Just look at the size of these things!
Do you like planes too, mister? Balance between the main wings and the tail wing is really something, huh?
It seems this child derives his pleasure from a different aspect.
Oh, but I've also got a thing for the shape of the wings too.
Here, mister, you can stand next to me. So, about that plane's wing.
Thank you, Detective, for leaving me out of this conversation. Looking from behind. I think I've seen this man somewhere before. Same thing. Same thing.
Mr. Edgeworth, we gotta get him some water.
Same thing. I just realized Gumshoe thought he was choking.
You think it was a false alarm, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
So the Steel Samurai is finally getting a movie.
Completely ignoring me as usual.
This man was in the first class with me. He was quite shaken up by the whole affair.
I'd be pretty scared too if I got caught up in a murder investigation, sir.
I did it. I muted the whole flight. Not scared of turbulence anymore. This life vest is proof I made it alive. It's now my prized possession. How could you just take that from the plane?
It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. It's got nothing to do with the murder, at least.
I can't believe there's no one manning the counter when a murder has just occurred.
Relax, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm here. I'll make sure nothing else happens.
You are precisely why I can't relax. Okay, back on the plane. Who the frick? Are you the captain? March 17th, 1:37 p.m. Flight G390, second floor, first class. So you must be the captain. Huh. What kind of voice should I give this man? Why, yes I am. And who might you be? I am the prodigy prosecutor, Franziska von Karma. I have a few questions for you.
Don't you dare, Captain. Getting friendly with another woman? I'll never forgive you if you do.
Wait, what are you talking about? I only have eyes for you, my dear Cammy. I would bet money on our dear captain to be much of a reputable person.
Sure you don't want to ask the captain some questions, sir?
He was in the cockpit the entire time. I highly doubt he would have anything of use. Anyway, I'd like to leave that type of witness to Franziska and her whip. What? Everyone left. He's traumatized! Oh wait, there's a letter. Wait, go back. I saw that. Oh, what? Are you still here playing angrily at a policeman? March 12th, 1:40 p.m. Flight G390, first floor lounge.
Now see here!
Ah! Sorry! I'm sorry!
How long do you intend to hold me? It is impossible for me to be the criminal! I told you!
Mr. LeBlanc. Oh, it is you.
Tell this man to stop stopping me from going! Time is money! I don't have even 1 second of wasteful time to spend!
I'm gonna go back upstairs and leave you to this. The bread! The happy bread! Okay. I'm gonna explore this place as much as I can.
Mr. Edgeworth! What is this super expensive looking piece of Jurassic proportions?
It's just the food they're serving first class.
Whoa! I'm so jealous, sir! I want to ride in first class sometime!
Right. And pigs fly and I own my own private jet. I wouldn't ever have you in first class with me now, would I? Though I feel like I should give him a break every now and then. This man works so hard for peanuts. Not even peanuts. He can't even afford ramen half the time.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, this horn's got a seatbelt strapped tightly around it.
It must be of great value to Mr. LeBlanc then.
Yeah, I guess you don't have to turn your urn when it always best to buckle up.
Obviously. But didn't that have anything to do with the case, detective?
Nobody gets my jokes.
Okay. Nothing else of note? Or interest? Not even the weird statue thing he's been caressing this entire time? No? Okay. If I may have a word with you, Miss Melly.
No. No, you may not have a word with me. I don't want to talk to any other man except for the captain right now.
Me too, Cammy. I will never talk to another woman. Ah! This definitely looks like a job for Franziska.
Oh, the movie poster! So, what's it for, sir?
License to love, laugh, maim, and murder. Apparently, though, I don't know what it's about. Oh, that movie. Oh, that movie is the in-flight special. I can't recommend it enough.
When you talk like that, you sound just like Miss Rhoda. You know how I hate that.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to come out like that, Cammy. Clearly, the only remedy for this whipped man is a solid crack of Franziska's whip. You impudent man. If you value your life, you will close that mouth of yours immediately. Wow.
Whoa, Miss Von Karma's more hard-boiled than the movie.
Okay, now we talk to the captain. Hello. What did I ever do to deserve this? More than this job, all I truly love is my sweet Cammy. Might I suggest you not say that at this moment in front of Franziska? Franziska, I'd like to ask you about the investigation. Miles Edgeworth. Can't you see that I'm in the middle of taking this statement? This man is the only captain in title. I'm going to teach him to do his job properly. Oh, okay. From now on, I'll keep my focus and take my responsibilities seriously.
He's really troubling there.
If it makes him take his job seriously, it's not such a bad thing, is it?
Why are you looking at me like that, sir? Don't whip me!
Look, there we go. This was the victim's seat.
His jacket's just laying there, and his spilled leftover coffee is still there too.
I don't suppose anyone ever expects to die. Anything else to look at? Nope, not on this side. Alright, I'll look. This was my seat.
Whoa! You read law books even when you're flying, sir?
Were you expecting anything else? Now come along. We must hurry to the crime scene.
Hold on a sec. There's a different book stuck in here. The Steel Samurai's Advent.
Detective Gumshoe, am I going to have to charge you with invasion of privacy?
Is it a hollowed out book with a Steel Samurai comic book in the middle? Out of everyone, I wasn't expecting freaking Edgeworth to be a fanboy like he is. Oh my god.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. I think you have too many red knights on this board.
It's just your imagination.
And it looks like the blue pot is being completely surrounded by the red knights.
Now you're seeing things.
Sir, I don't think you're supposed to have lots of the same piece like in checkers.
I know that, detective. What do you take me for? This is the Colhavy position. What? Oh, prosecutor's passions. Oh, I got an achievement for looking at this with Gumshoe. Okay. The man in the seat was the one who we just saw out in the airport lobby. If he's so scared to fly, then why take an airplane to begin with?
Yeah, if he's that scared, he should have caught a ferry or a cruise ship or something.
By
the way, are you okay with all the turbulence, Mr. Edgeworth?
Ah, yes. It was nothing I couldn't handle. I only passed out for a little while.
I sure figured, right? As if you go on a plane if you were scared of them.
Indeed.
That's a really big floaty, but isn't it a bit too early in the year for swimming?
Detective, this is not for swimming. It's a lifesaver.
So, you can't swim with one of these?
No. I mean, I suppose you could, but that's not what they are intended for.
Well then, see if it's same as a floaty. You shouldn't go around confusing people, sir.
Why do I feel like I've just kicked a puppy? So that's essentially what Gumshoe is. He's just a big old puppy.
What's this?
What is it, detective? Did you find an important piece of evidence?
A giant parfait on top of bread and steak? Made me jealous, sir. It's a feast. It's more food than I've ever seen in my life.
Maybe I should just let him have the giant parfait so that we can move on. Might as well let him. I mean, it's just gonna sit here and melt. Does it melt? I think it does. There's nothing else here. Over here. The man in the seat was constantly drinking something.
You know, right before payday, I do nothing but drink the soup from my instant noodles.
That much sodium can't be healthy. You might want to go in for a checkup.
Did you think I was serious, Mr. Edgeworth? What? I'm sorry, sir. I'll never make another joke like that again. Please don't hurt me. Or take my money. I have a very small amount of money at this point. I have almost had to pay you in order to work.
A mountain's worth of empty bottles are lined up here.
And look! All of them have a letter inside, sir. Let's see. I'll order anything as many times as it takes just to see your lovely face. My beloved Miss Tenario is what they all say, sir.
Please put them back in the bottles, detective.
Yeah, you can't destroy the beautiful love here by ruining the letters by accident.
Can I look at that? Is that a mask or is that a letter? I can't get past the dang floaty! Gumshoe, you are interested in this, right? Please move it. Gumshoe, please. I want to look at the letter that's just sitting there taunting me. Okay, it looks like there was nothing else to look at. I think I looked at everything. Okay, let's look at everything and ignore this man. Save him for last. Sir, you can't go in there. I'm Miles Edgeworth. I am one of the prosecutors on this case, so please let me through. I'm very sorry, sir. No one is allowed to enter without Miss Von Karma's express permission. But I'm on the case. Yes, I understand that, but I also have explicit instructions not to let you through from Miss Von Karma. Why would you do this to me, Franziska?
They've got a piano on this plane? Hey! Do you think I can try it out, sir?
I think you would know better than to randomly touch things at a crime scene, detective. Besides, I didn't know you knew how to play.
Of course I do. I'm practically proficient.
Interesting. The things you learn about people on a daily basis.
I can do do and re to come out just right, sir. I can get do and re do re, what?
2 notes does not proficient pianists make, detective. You don't seem to understand. I talked to him, I went there. Can't look at the glasses because they're literally standing in the way. And he's an angry man. I'm not going to talk to you yet because that progresses the story.
Oh man, there's a really pretty lady in that plane over there. Heck, she's looking over here. Look, sir, wait her with me, please.
I refuse to be your wingman on this. There were a few copies of Sky magazine in the magazine rack.
This one's special? Oh, looks like it's an English trivia quiz. Oh, I've got one. That starts with I. It means boldly rude and disrespectful.
The answer is most definitely insolent.
Time's up. Sorry, sir, but the correct answer is insolent.
Detective Gumshoe, don't tell me your English ability is at the same level as him. He's a foreigner. It's his second language. Please tell me you understand your own language more than he does the second. Oh, they wore this off? What? Oh, right, crime scene.
Ah! Mr. Edgeworth! How to see this chair! It says in honor of Rocker Pals Day!
And what exactly is the big deal with these rocker pals?
They're seriously sweet Swiss superstar rock band, sir! Makes me want to listen to one of their songs right now.
Sorry, I got lost in the forest of S's just now.
Do you want me to explain it to you again?
You know, detective, I think I'll have to take a rain check on that, regrettably.
Looks like we can't go beyond here, sir.
Plus, the body has been sent off to the medical examiner's office for an autopsy.
Hey! The statue!
What about it, detective? Did you notice something? Is it your uncle?
I saw this guy in a tree last night. The resemblance is uncanny, sir.
You saw him in your dreams.
Well, yeah, I saw him and then I arrested him. I wanted to show you just how vital I am in our partnership.
Being useful in your sleep is no help to me in the real world, detective. Anything else? No? Still nothing to say about the overturned ice thing? Okay. Well, you're the last thing I can do. Did you finish taking his statement yet?
Yep, all done, sir.
I do not concern if you're not done examining the cargo hold. I want my cargo back.
Okay.
I can say you had the guts to show me a piece of art at this time. But from a single glance, I can already tell it is mostly worthless.
This has much more value as a piece of non-art, I assure you.
You look like you have something to say. Perhaps you are thinking like casting pearls from swine.
He actually hit the nail on the head for once.
Casting pearls up before swine.
That's what I meant to say, but I messed it up myself. Huh? ASMR, what?
So you are finally paying my wasted money.
sorry, but there is absolutely nothing inside his wallet.
How dare you! You are wanting to trick me! I will sue for fraud!
Mr. LeBlanc, are you seriously considering a courtroom tango with me? I hope not, but in case you are, there is a certain lawyer I can introduce you to that I want to crush with my own hands. I've done it twice.
What is it? What is it? Do you have some use for me? You seem not to understand. I have no time to waste. Let me put it another way. Si es diligent. There. Maybe another language will get through your head.
I understood you perfectly fine in English. I don't even know what you said in that language. Was that French? I feel like it was. Mr. LeBlanc, can you please take a look at this for me?
Oh, it is Bulgarian cloth.
As I suspected, your hat is made of the same material, I suppose.
Yes, of course. This material is so famous for orders from over the seas for more.
Bloody cloth data updated the organizer. Then this is the cargo you were— No, don't open door! Then this is the cargo you were talking about earlier.
No. My cargo this time is much many gigantic. You detective, when can I have my cargo moved?
You can get your cargo back when we're done investigating, pal!
The stubbornness of you police, it is no good. It is no good that the attendant refuses to exit the attendant's room too.
That attendant. I wonder if he's talking about Miss Teneria. I think he is. Can I present profiles? No, I can't. Oh, well, I understand why he's not front-facing. I understand why he doesn't face the front. His name's Zink? Oh, right, he has told me that before. But still, I understand why we never see him from the front. Anyway, LeBlanc's cargo.
If you make a single scratch of my art, you will pay.
Art? What sort of art?
Mr. LeBlanc is an art dealer, so he's got a bunch of artwork down at the cargo hold, sir. That's practically a mountain of them, large and small.
From folk costumes to stone statues, I sell all kinds of art.
Folk costumes. Speaking of which, Mr. LeBlanc's hat kind of looks like the other piece of cloth. Already done that. Already done it. Road scenario. What did you mean by that attendant, Mr. LeBlanc?
She was taken into the attendant's room for her interview. And then they still have not come out. They make no sign of coming out either. I was finished with my own interview much earlier, quicker than her.
Why is Miss Teneria's interview the only one that's taken up so much time? Oh, hi, Franziska. Miles Edgeworth. You were given free rein to examine the plane, weren't you? Yes, I was able to obtain the cooperation of the flight attendants. Speaking of attendants, I'd like to speak with Miss Teneria. I wonder if you might grant me permission to enter the flight attendant's room. Before I do, you still have to clear up a few issues surrounding your own circumstances. I understand. You may have tricked those attendants with your sophisticated talking, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes, Miles Edgeworth. Franziska's logic. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. The scene of the crime was here in this very lounge the body was discovered. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found. The only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. The likeliest suspect, Franziska? Do you have a problem with that? No, but it's not like you to use such a vague wording. You're usually a bit more absolute. It's simply trying to watch out for you. Or is my kindness too hard for you to comprehend? Thank you, but your leniency is unnecessary, for I will prove my innocence soon enough. If I want to continue my investigation, I'll have to break her line of logic fast. Rebuttal. Let's not complicate things and go with the most obvious conclusion. Don't you think you're being a bit rash by simply declaring me the culprit? I like my affairs to be simple and perfect. I'll show you the meaning of both when I finish this whole thing within 3 minutes.
Hey! You say that like you're cooking a pan of instant noodles. 3
I won't allow even 3 seconds of useless testimony to be uttered in my presence. I see she hasn't changed a bit, but I won't allow her to send me to prison so easily. The scene of the crime was here, in this very lounge, the day the body was discovered. So tell me, Franziska, do you know all there is to know about the crime scene? I know all that I need to know in order to arrest you. Nothing more. Are you saying there is more I need to know?
Why'd you want me, sir? I didn't say anything this time.
Sorry, Scruffy. My hand must have slipped. It would appear that Franziska doesn't have all the facts of this case yet. From the time the victim was seen calling for an attendant until his body was found. What do you mean? What do you mean by seen? Please stop pretending like you don't know. It's insulting. Obviously, I'm talking about how Mr. Hicks was seen calling for an attendant at 5 a.m. And then, from the time after that call until the body was found, the only person in this lounge the entire time was you, Miles Edgeworth. While it's true that I was in the lounge the whole time, the fact alone does not make me the criminal. Your voice is the only one that actually sounds okay so far. We'll see about that at the conclusion of this investigation. However, there is one thing that even you must admit at this time. This unmistakably makes you the likeliest suspect. Under the circumstances, I suppose I can agree that I'm most likely suspect.
But I believe in you, sir. I don't think you did it. Miss Von Karma's gotta believe that too, right? I mean, you two are like siblings. Ow!
Quiet, Scruffy. Even if we were related by blood, there's no guarantee that he's not a criminal. Like my father. Franziska. I demand to see some proof that you are not the guilty party. The likeliest suspect, huh? What a roundabout and euphemism. Roundabout euphemism. But it would appear that she doesn't yet know. But the new evidence that we acquired and where we acquired it. I'll take care of the gaps in her logic one hole at a time. We took off again at 5 a.m. Hicks was there in his seat when we took off again at 5 a.m. This one. It would seem that your logic is not as perfect as you think it is. And what is it that is that supposed to mean? This piece of evidence should show you exactly what I mean. Oh, yes. It clearly shows what you're thinking. That you're attempting to buy yourself time. I knew I should have just tried to pull a fast one. New piece of evidence was probably this. This one? Yeah, okay, it was the suitcase. It would appear that you did not have all the information you needed after all. And what does that mean? I found a nice piece of evidence just before I was forced to stop investigating. A piece that proves that the body was moved from a different location. The killer used this suitcase to move the victim's body, meaning that the real scene of the crime is not this lounge at all. Now, who's the one rashly jumping to conclusions? Excuse me? All you did was find this piece of cloth inside the suitcase. That doesn't prove the body was moved. It could be that the killer simply chose the suitcase as a good place to hide the cloth. I expected you would come to that conclusion. It would seem I can't escape that easily. You should know better than that. Von Karma is perfect in every way. But did you know that the killer definitely wheeled the suitcase around at some point? As if there is proof of that. Where's the proof that the suitcase was moved around? The tracks? The spilled grape juice in front of the elevator. Yes, and I'd like to draw your attention to this area here. Where's the evidence that proves the killer dragged the suitcase through here? Right here, you blind This mark here. Wouldn't you say that it looks suspiciously like tracks from two wheels? I suppose. Further, there is also grape juice residue on the wheels of the suitcase. This means the suitcase containing the victim's body definitely passed through here. I suppose this means that the killer did move the victim's body from somewhere else. I'm glad you've come to your senses. Not so fast. This still doesn't put you in the clear. Not by a long shot. Franziska's logic part 2. You prepared yourself and acquired the piggy bank before the plane hit that turbulence. And then you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase, the plane hit that patch of turbulence and out flew the body from within the suitcase. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from. I pretended to be the discoverer of the body. Not a bad bit of logic, but for something you thought of on the fly. Just what are you insinuating? That I will show you exactly how flawed your logic is. No matter how strong of a face you put on, not even you can hide your fears from me. I'll expose the flaws in her logic in one fell swoop. Rebuttal. And how do you suppose I was able to take the piggy bank out of its display case? As I recall, the case was locked. That's easy. If the case was locked, you simply had to hit the glass. Like this.
Yeah!
Stop hitting Gumshoe! This is literal abuse!
You shattered my heart of glass!
So she wants to talk about the in-flight shop in the Captain Ugo Bank, does she? That takes care of how you obtained the murder weapon. And then, you waited for the victim in the lounge where you beat him to death. I thought there wasn't any of the victim's blood found in the lounge. I thought you'd say that. What? Did you think I wouldn't have noticed? I think you just found out a way to cleverly hide the body splatter in the lounge. By accidentally spilling grape juice on top of it. Are you accusing me of tampering with the crime scene now? Well, we'll see, won't we? The forensic scientists are hard at work on that as we speak. And what do you propose I did after that? Then, while you were in the elevator with the victim's body stuffed into the suitcase. So I put the victim's body into the suitcase and then... Where was I headed, Franziska? That's pretty obvious. You're bringing it to first class where you could safely keep an eye on it. We're talking about this thing, you know. I'd hardly call it discreet or ordinary. Annoying brat. Well then, you were intending to leave it inside the elevator. But unfortunately, for you, a wrench was thrown into your plans because... the plane hit that patch of turbulence, and out flew the body from within the suitcase. You've experienced turbulence on a flight before. Give me 1 second. Can I look at how old I am compared to Franziska? She's 19 and she's calling me a brat? I'm pretty sure I'm older than her. Of course. Many times. You get used to it after a while. The patch we hit was especially rough, and I passed out briefly, but only for a second.
Good thing it was only for a sec, sir. It'd be bad if you had really blacked out.
Yes, indeed. Unfortunately, blanking out is exactly what got me into this mess in the first place. That's enough of your idle chatter. I'm not through with you yet, Miles Edgeworth. With no way out, you hastily put the suitcase back where you had taken it from. If I really were a criminal, do you really think I would be so easily caught? You are certainly in the middle of being caught right now. I have to find a contradiction fast or won't have much of my own hide left to save. I have to say, you are looking rather caught right now. And I'll tell you exactly what you did after that. You loitered around in the lounge and pretended to be the discoverer of the body. Gosh dang it! I'm not gonna read this until I press on that last little bit of information that I forgot to do. I didn't pretend to be anything. I really was the first to discover the victim's body. I suppose that's true. So then, you are yielding to my statements? Don't be foolish. I still insist you are the killer, but in that sense, you really are the first to discover the body to be dead. No matter what I say, she seems dead set on making me out to be the killer. Her logic is reasonably sound, and the large majority of it reflects the truth. But there is one point about it that is not quite right. After the turbulence. After? Yeah, after. The fact that you took this piece of evidence into account in your testimony is to be commended. Your legal prowess is certainly something to be feared. Evidence and logic. Essential tools that those who would stand in a courtroom must learn to master. But what if there was a fake piece of evidence thrown into the mix? A fake. This Captain Ugo piggy bank is just such a fake. It is not the real murder weapon. It's this wallet I have in my hand that the flight attendant was insisting I bludgeon him to death with. What? The timing of when the bank was taken from the shop is important, and it was taken after the turbulence had occurred. But then, what about the blood on the bank? What do you make of that? I assume it was added after the murder when the killer fabricated this weapon. Looking at it this way, the killer basically did 3 things after the turbulence. After exiting the elevator, the killer brought the suitcase to the shop and left it there. Then the killer proceeded to pick up the bank from off the floor. It took it to fabricate a fake murder weapon by hitting the victim on the head. Finally, the victim's wallet was planted on my personage in my pocket to be precise. Everything was done so that I would be framed for the murder of Ackby Hicks. You there! Yes, ma'am. Other than this piggy bank, was anything else resembling a murder weapon found? We didn't find anything in this lounge or in the shop that could be used as one, ma'am. Most of the items that could have been used were broken during the turbulence, and the remaining items all tested negative for any trace of blood. I see. Well, Miles Edgeworth, it appears your stall tactics are at an end.
But it's possible it's just hidden somewhere, sir.
If the criminal had wanted to hide the weapon in a safer place, I think the weapon would have been hidden in the same place as the bloody cloth. Exactly what I was thinking. Because the cloth was hidden inside that suitcase, it signals to me that the killer had not prepared a more secure place to hide the evidence. Which means the real murder weapon is either still on the murderer's personage, or still at the real crime scene. There is one more possibility, and that would be that the piggy bank is in fact the real weapon. But didn't we just... Hold it. Let me finish. The killer took the bank out from the display case before the turbulence, by opening the lock on the display case door, and it was at the time that the glass pane in the door was broken. I'd say there's a perfectly reasonable line of reasoning, wouldn't you? Let's see, so that makes that the killer had the key to this display case. Franziska, the person you're talking about. Not so fast, I'm not finished. The person I'm talking about also committed another sin. She tricked the captain and granted you permission to conduct your investigation. Yes, it is the sin of lying. Technically, it's not a sin, is it? I don't remember. There's not really a sin about lying, is there? I think there is. You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Speaking of which, I recall you also wish to speak with her. Yes. Very well. Permission granted. But only if I can sit in on your interrogation. Do we understand each other? I have no intention of interrogating her, but you are welcome to accompany me if you so wish. Miss Tenario is in the flight attendant's room. Let's move. Angry man.
You! Hurry and solve your murder! If you do not, how am I supposed to have my cargo returned to me?
If you could please be patient just a little longer, Miss LeBlanc. Mr. LeBlanc.
Hurry and solve it! Like strike of thunder!
It's as fast as lightning. And believe me, if I could, I would. I've been told by Miss Von Karma that you can now enter the flight attendant's room. Please feel free to look around. Thank you. Now to unravel Miss Tenaria's true intentions. Miss Tenaria's in the flight attendant's room. Let's move.
That blue door over there leads to the flight attendant's room, sir.
Alright. Let's see what Miss Tenaria has to say for herself. I go upstairs. Oh, I don't get stopped. Okay. Let's see if there's anything new. That's the same word. Words. Multiple words. There's nothing supernatural about the earthquakes and elevators. Although, is it just me or do elevators have a long-standing hatred for me? If I may have a word with you, Miss Melly.
No, you may not have a word with me.
I want to assure you that the lady is a fellow prosecutor. Her name is Franziska von Karma.
I don't care who she is. She's talking with Capente.
I sense Miss Melly is the type who considers every other woman to be a threat. I'm sorry for the late introduction. I'm Miles Edgeworth, prosecutor. I believe one of the attendants asked you in my stead for permission to investigate. Yes. You must be Prosecutor Miss Melly was telling me about. I remember telling her you could investigate the in-flight shop or something of the sort. Then I guess it's true. Miss Tenario didn't ask him permission on my behalf. Oh, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm the captain of... Thank you for your help. I think this is about all the useful information I'm going to get from this man. Might seriously not. Okay, this is all the same dialogue. There was nothing new. There was no point in coming up here except talking to the captain since Franziska wasn't distracting him. same thing? Yep, this is the same thing. Okay. So we're gonna go back in here. It's a very small room. Huh. I wonder whose bed is whose. March 12th, 2:33 p.m. Flight G390, first floor, flight attendant's room. So you're the one that poked around inside this plane without the captain's permission. Deviating from the flight attendant's manual is very unbecoming, you know. What were you hoping to accomplish by doing that? Miss Tenerio.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're here too?
Can you please help us and shed some light on why you did what you did?
All right.
Heck? What the heck? Does he have so much cargo that some of it had to be put in the flight attendant's room? What is all this junk inside these boxes? There's no rhyme or reason to any of it.
There are lost and found, Mr. Edgeworth.
Gold crowns and swords and necklaces! It's like a treasure trove in there, sir!
The fact that these were left on the plane implies they were carried onto it to begin with. Something tells me it's time for Go-U to send its metal detectors out for repairs. And what are inside these boxes?
Oh, those are some souvenirs I bought in Burgidia.
There's so many! There's even a second box!
Well, yes. I find the folk art from around the world does great things for my creativity.
Those suitcases certainly could have done with a whole lot less of your creativity. Look at the bag. Look at the bag. It's one of those suitcases designed by Mr. Tenerio. You can tell it's hardly ever been used by the lack of even a single scratch on it.
So this is where the attendant's lockers, huh? Let's hurry up and examine them, sir!
Why must men always be so rude? Besides, who exactly gave you permission to search through the attendant's lockers? Wait, detective! It would be uncouth of us to look in a woman's locker without her permission.
Yeah, I guess so. Plus I feel this murderous draft and I can sense a whip not far behind.
What? There's more over here? Oh no, this goes outside. Oh, what? No! I didn't want to go up here! Help! I'm lost! Okay, well... What exactly is this panel for?
That's the emergency control panel for the elevator. We used it to stop the elevator on the first floor and to keep its doors open.
It's pretty easy to tell who sleeps in which bunk just by looking. I am also certain that the well-kept one on top is Miss Tenerio.
Ew! The bottom one is a giant mess!
You solvent, squalid scoundrel of a man! You dare to scrutinize a woman's bed and invade her privacy!
Yoo!
There are some things in life best kept to yourself, detective. There is sure to be a clue of some sort in the trash can. Detective Gumshoe, if you please.
Yes, sir! You just leave the rummaging to me!
Scruffy! How dare you go through a woman's trash without her permission? Have you no sense of honor?
Eek! I'm sorry! I'm just doing what Mr. Edgeworth told me to do!
Forgive me, detective. He's just constantly being punished for stuff I'm telling him to do. Hi. This door leads to the cargo hold, but I can't let you through without Miss Von Karma's express permission. That's not a bad way to handle the situation if it was any old case, but this isn't.
So between you and Miss Von Karma, who's better at their job?
Oh, there is no comparison to be made, detective. None. Miles Edgeworth, isn't there something you should be doing right now? Of course. I should be asking Miss Tenerio for her side of the story. That's right. And how does that have anything to do with what's over there? Nothing, really. If you already knew that, then why don't you hurry up with the interrogation already? Well, go on. Let's hear our troublesome attendant out. In due time, I do have one thing I'd like to ask you. Yes. Do you plan to continue using that whip for the foreseeable future? Of course. I've wrangled many a testimony out of people thanks to it.
Yeah, and probably a whole ton of yips.
And I'm willing to bet the majority of them came from you, Detective. You should learn to keep your mouth shut if you don't want to get whipped. Even I get whipped every now and then, but she seems to target you the most. Probably due to your reaction. So stop reacting. What did you get jump scared by? She looks sullen. What the heck? Are you okay? Look at my badge.
I'm sorry, Mr. Edgeworth. I don't know how to answer you. As professional flight attendant, I'm a failure.
She must be worn out from the long questioning session she just went through. Why did you lie about receiving the captain's permission like that?
Because I didn't think I would be able to get his permission.
What do you mean?
The captain, he only has ears for Cammy. I spoke with the captain a little earlier myself. He definitely seems to be rather taken with Miss Mealy. Yes, and on top of that, I mistakenly accused Mr. Edgeworth of being the killer. I wanted to make amends.
In that case, please allow me to thank you for what you did. Thanks to you, I was able to clear myself of all charges.
Really? You were able to prove your innocence? Oh, thank goodness!
Miss Tenerio, is it?
There is one more thing I'd like to ask you. You were in the in-flight shop just before the turbulence, weren't you? Please, answer honestly. Yes, I was. And why were you there? Well,
Why the sudden hesitation? Franziska seems to have struck a nerve.
In-flight shop. All I do is go check up on the shop, well, like I always do.
You're saying it was for work, then?
Yes. I'm in charge of the shop, so I have to keep an eye on it. I don't have any reason to go there otherwise. After your visit to the shop, you paid a visit to this room, correct? Yes. I came back to freshen up and adjust my makeup. I'm sorry, but there isn't much else to tell.
Miss Tenerio claims to have no other reason than duty to go to the shop. Is that all there is to it? Maybe I should ask her about that thing. What thing? What am I asking? If you could please take a look at this for me, Miss Tenerio.
Oh, that suitcase.
Yes, about the suitcase. You were the one who designed it, correct? And I think I figured something else out about it. This suitcase is the reason you went to the shop, isn't it?
There's nothing you won't find out eventually, is there?
Won't you please tell me more about the suitcase?
Yes, well, I was interested in seeing how the suitcase I had designed for selling. I know they're a surface professional, but I'm not supposed to care. But I really wanted to know. And I was glad to see it was the last one there.
The last one there? Huh. How about this? Nope, no clue. Okay, well, worth a shot. The last suitcase. So you're saying, Miss Tenerio, that the suitcase in question was the last one?
Yes. They're just so popular, they're practically flying off the shelves. That's not exactly an impression I got. The one in the shop is most definitely the last one. Well, we're currently looking at that suitcase. Really? Then I guess we sold all of them. Thank you very much for taking the last one.
I didn't say anything about buying it.
Then say you'll buy it.
I'm sorry, I can't.
But why? I thought it'd go great with your complexion, Mr. Edgeworth. It really suits you.
What? What about this nuclear waste plant looking suitcase are you thinking? You can wrap up nuclear waste with a bow. It does not look good, and definitely not with my... What are you talking about? It looks good with my complexion. The only time this thing would look good is if it was in a neon party used as a table. Ah.
I guarantee it personally as a service professional.
Well, that is... How should I put this? It's hideous.
What?
Maybe that was a bit too direct. Moving on. My issue with the suitcases isn't the design. It's the number of them remaining.
Remaining?
There were 2 suitcases in the in-flight shop when I investigated it.
2? But that's impossible. I'm sure there was only 1. Looks like her story has generated quite the contradiction. When I left the shop, I'm positive there was only 1 suitcase left.
Something is amiss here. What could be the meaning of this inconsistency? By the way, Miss Scenario, what is one of those suitcases doing here?
That's...
I thought you said there was only 1 left.
That one is, it's mine. I've used it for a very long time now.
She's used it for a long time. I think not. Miss Scenario, I'd appreciate if you wouldn't lie to me.
Excuse me?
I don't believe for even 1 second that you've used this for a very long time. What proves that this hasn't been used for nearly as long as Mr. Scenario says? The fact it still has $1,200 on it! Who's paying $1,200 on something that looks like it came from a nuclear waste plant and then got freaking put through the Barbie movie? Who is buying this for $1,000? Who and why? Why the heck? This is not worth $1,000. This is probably worth like $10 at least. $10. At least $10. At most 50. At most 50. Because of this puke green looking, snot looking freaking... She is not a good designer. She's a terrible designer. You got... I don't like this. This is absolutely horrible. This is like a puke yellow, mucus looking yellow, and then this puke green looking monkey over here, and then a bunch of random dots, and then there's just a bow put on top of it. The bow doesn't even make sense. And not everything being hot pink, besides the case itself, the handle and everything else being hot pink is absolutely terrible. What the heck is this design to begin with? I think the only thing that is even concerning it being worth $1,000 is maybe its capacity or its heavy duty and can last a long time. But not even that. This thing looks like it got mass produced cheaply in a factory for at most like $10 on plastic. They used just plastic. There's barely anything on here that warrants it to be $1,000. What the heck? I pressed the wrong button. We're going on. I'm done with my rant. For now. Tell me, Mr. Nerio, is it also your habit to keep the price tag pristine on your suitcase? What is the meaning of this? Why would you lie about a suitcase? Despite having faith in her design sense, the sales numbers made her cry bitter tears. The truth is becoming increasingly clear to me. Miss Scenario, I think I understand. I know what you were trying to hide. Now then, this suitcase was originally in the in-flight shop. Seeing as how the price tag is still on the suitcase, one can only assume it was out on the floor for sale in the shop. And the person who bought the suitcase was... you. It was her. It was you, wasn't it, Miss Scenario? I hate to say it, but this suitcase that you designed... And I forgot about the freaking ugly, freaking looking rainbow letters! None of this goes well together. This is the most disgusting suitcase I've ever seen, and that doesn't include anything you would find in a landfill. I feel like you find something better looking in a landfill once you clean up. This looks absolutely horrendous. Who is buying this? Who even let her design this? Who said, oh yeah, we're gonna mass produce these and sell them for $1,000? Who decided this? Why? There is no point, and why? And it's a realistic looking monkey lemur thing. And why? Why? At the very least, if you wanted it to sell, do something that actually makes sense. And a design that doesn't look like you pulled it out of a nuclear waste dump. I know I said I was done bragging about it, but now I'm back on it. Gosh dang it. I just say this, but this suitcase that you designed, it's because I got refueled when remembering there was rainbow letters on it. Why rainbow letters out of everything? You have hot pink, you have Barbie pink, then you have SpongeBob yellow and puke green, and then a bunch of random lemur faces. That's not even a monkey. That's a lemur. A bunch of lemur faces in some of the puke green circles. Why? What is your thought process? That anything would look good with a pink Hello Kitty bow? No! This is absolutely horrible. It hasn't sold very well, has it? You saw how poorly this design that you poured your heart into was selling. And were deeply hurt. You should probably avoid going into the, arts. You were not very good. I will crush your dreams here so that you don't end up wasting thousands of dollars on an art piece that is never going to sell, but put your entire life into it to the point where you quit being a flight attendant. You are not a good artist. I am sad to say this, but you aren't that good. You have a terrible design taste. Please keep your normal job. Please. That's why you wanted to make it look like it was selling by buying it yourself. Isn't that right? Then, the reason you went to the shop and came back here was... I'm sorry. All I really have is my job. I was overjoyed when my design was chosen. It's probably chosen by a colorblind man. Or maybe just a blind man. I thought that maybe I had finally accomplished something. But the suitcase didn't sell. It's because of the design, isn't it? Oh, because it says you put it hideous. I can't say that they chose a great place in which to sell them either. If you weren't selling a single one, they were just sitting there, collecting dust. I feel so bad seeing them there, day in and day out. So I decided to buy one for every flight I worked. You buy one every single time you work a flight? I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. She drops $1,000 daily every time she was on a flight. How are you even living at this point? You're just feeling... that money doesn't even go to you, it just goes to the company. You don't get a single cent of it, probably. You probably get like gratuity, which is like $10. 12, technically 12. You get $12 for every one, so you get $12 back at least. It's a discount. Lady, you are delusional. Especially since you're spending $1,200 on a suitcase every freaking flight. I don't know how much you get paid, but even with being a first-class flight attendant, I doubt it's enough to be able to afford this. You're in debt, aren't you? Why are you doing this to yourself? Every flight? Every flight! Every flight! What's the average amount of flights that the attendant goes on a week? What's the average amount?
$5,000, $10,000 a month.
Even if it's just... What the frick?
Shift length 12 to 14 hours. 24-hour flight is probably what this was. 24-hour... 48...
Oh my gosh, she literally is spending about $5,000 a month on her own suitcases. And that's bare minimum. That's bare minimum, unless she doesn't take a flight. What the heck? Why are you spending $5,000 on your own gaudy looking suitcases? Where do they even go once you buy them? Are they just crowded in your room at home? Or you just have a closet filled with your horribly designed suitcases? Is it all piled in your garage and you're gonna bring this home and it's barely gonna fit? How long have you been doing this? How long has this design been active? She buys it every time. What the heck? And it's not even like a small suitcase. It's a really big one. You don't even have a car in your garage. It's just full of suitcases. Oh my gosh. And every time you look in that room, you're probably like realizing how much of a failure you are. And that's because you are. You are a top-notch failure for designing something so terrible that you have to buy it yourself in order to feel good about it. Lady, please stop it. Please. Who even... Lady... There's something called color theory. If you just look into it, if you change the colors at least a little bit, maybe the suitcases would sell. So just look into color theory, make yourself better, stop buying your overpriced suitcases, your own overpriced suitcases, stop buying them, and clear out your garage. And then maybe you can come up with a design that will actually sell and you can be proud of. So please, I feel so bad for you. Oh my gosh. I keep ragging on you, but I still feel so bad. I mean, come on. This lady buys it every single flight and she spends over $5,000 on it. Over $5,000. You cannot feel bad for her. Over $5,000 a month. Are you living on instant noodles as well? Are you having to pay rent? I'm sorry, this lady's just giving me a headache because there's nothing I can say that redeems her. She's not even a good flight attendant at this point. She's buying her own stuff. That doesn't make any sense. She's probably just worried about the next time somebody's gonna buy a suitcase over the fact that people are waiting for the movie or the food. I have very little sympathy for this woman because there's many things she can do to make it better, but she's not doing anything except feeding into her own delusions by buying more suitcases and filling her house with them to the point where she has to sleep on her roof. And it doesn't help that this music is all sad.
I see. So in order to keep your resolution, you went and bought one today as well. Yes, and here's my receipt of the purchase.
You're using a credit card too, you dumbass. Why?
Why? This receipt is clearly timestamped 5:40 a.m.
Suitcase receipt data jotted down in my organizer. Lady, there's like 10 different solutions instead of just feeding into your own delusions that you can do. So any sympathy I was starting to have for you is going away. Because I'm realizing what you have to do is just very simple. Very simple. If you have any questions regarding this transaction, please contact us at GoU Airlines. At 5:40, register 1. Just as Miss Tenerio said, the timestamp says she bought the suitcase at 5:40 a.m. There's nothing on the back of this. Lady.
The truth is, there's still a bunch of them left unsold. They're planning to scrap the remaining ones at the end of this flight.
Miss Tenerio, where are these other suitcases?
Should all be down in the cargo hold. Then the suitcase the killer used
could very well have come from the cargo hold.
Mr. Edgeworth, you don't think that the killer used one of my suitcases too?
Yes, I do. The killer used one of your beloved suitcases to move the victim's body.
How could they? Those suitcases were meant to be faithful partners to our passengers on their trips.
Lady... I'm feeling of trying to fix her suitcase just to prove a point at this point. I'm very tempted to stop the stream just so that I can prove a point that she only has to change the color scheme in order for it to be okay.
That's all I ever wished them to be.
Miss Tenerio, is there any other way to get to the cargo hold other than the elevator?
The only other way is just through the door there.
And what about security?
That door has no special lock installed, but because just to enter this room, you need a special key card that only crew members have access to.
Which means the culprit is someone who can enter this room, eliminating the passengers and leaving only crew members as potential suspects, including the captain. Probably gonna be Mealy, isn't it? It's gonna be Mealy.
I can't believe it.
Yes, Franziska?
Going on this wild goose chases. You're a disgrace to the Van Karma name.
And what do you mean by that?
The suitcase came from the cargo hold. The fact alone tells the whole story.
Yes, which is why I said the culprit must be crew member who used their keycard.
Miles Edgeworth.
You're proposing the killer rode the elevator from the cargo hold, correct? Yes, that's the only realistic possibility.
That other attendant, Miss Mealy. I asked her earlier and she said had this to say.
Franziska got information out of Miss Mealy?
In order to make the elevator go down to the cargo hold, a different keycard is required.
A different one?
Yes, and the only person who holds that particular card is you, Miss Rhoda Tenerio. And only you.
What? Is this true, Miss Tenerio?
Yes. Keep the key card in my locker at all times.
Could you please show us that card right now?
Yes. Hold on. I don't believe it.
What's wrong?
The key card. It's gone. Very clever. Pretending that your card is stolen when in fact you're just trying to hide it from us. You really thought this through. Wait, it's not like that. You can tell us all about what it's like down at the station. Officer, arrest this woman.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Maybe the prisoners will like your suitcases.
What's wrong? There's disbelief in all of your face.
Franziska, I know that you're the lead investigator in this case. However,
Hold it. Don't even think about wasting any more of my time. You know the rules as well as I do. Evidence speaks louder than words. Even if it isn't a courtroom, that basic tenet still applies. I intend to investigate the cargo hold now. What will you do, Miles Edgeworth?
I intend to do likewise. To be continued. I spent like 30 minutes ragging on suitcases. Why did I do that? We're gonna keep playing. Wait, no, wait, back. Ah, gosh dang. Well, we got a third one because I'm dumb. What the heck? Oh, I actually like this layout. March 12th, 2:52 p.m. Flight G390, lower deck cargo hold.
Whoa, so this is the cargo hold, huh?
Gumshoe! Gumshoe!
It's so big!
Gumshoe! This is not a playground! No, one of them's missing. Interesting. This plane is a special model and has both a super large cargo hold and ultra luxurious first class seating.
So, is this the real scene of the murder?
There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct?
Okay, let's get investigating, sir!
Lower deck cargo hold. Oh look, open suitcase. Bed sheets. Bed sheets? Zing Fei Express. Probably can't go up the elevator because it's still closed off. Let me go back into the flight attendant's room. Okay, it's not letting me. Gumshoe, where are you going? Hi! What were you doing? What were you doing? You just ran downstairs. Weird.
Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth! It's like an all-you-can-see suitcase fair!
You just made me think of Batman and Robin. Freaking the weird one. Like the one where some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. You made me think of that. Why? Adam West, that's the name. These must be all the leftover ones they couldn't sell. The ones the company is planning to dispose of after this flight is over.
This paint job is really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy!
Oh? Why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness.
You think so? Then maybe I will. Let's see here. $1,200! I think I'll pass.
I think I peaked my mic. And Miss Daria wonders why they don't sell. You'd need 2 jobs just to buy one. Although, definitely looks like one is missing. What's this brittle substance I'm stepping on? On the staircase? Because I decided to look at them on the staircase. It's a bunch of glass fragments. I don't think I was meant to be on the stair. What are you doing, Gumshoe? I think he glitches out with this. I shook him off. Oh no, he's coming! Ah! Hi, what are you doing? Hi, great to see you. Oh, I'm trying to shake him off. Give me a sec. Okay, Gumshoe, come up here. Stay. Good, Gumshoe. No, Gumshoe! Yagama, please. No. I'm trying to catch you on this. Come on. Okay, I'll fix up. I didn't know I could do that. Okay. No, Gumshoe, you need to be glitching. Please. Please stay glitched. Oh no, he keeps finding his way back up here. No, Gumshoe, you're meant to stay down here and be glitched. No. Up. I don't know why this is so funny to me. Look at him running around. Doesn't have a single thought in his head. Ah, gosh dang it. I took too wide of a turn. Okay, come up here. Come up here. Come on. I see your little headpiece. Come on. Come on. Good AI. Good AI. Now stay. Stay. No! Don't follow me! I can lose him for a second, but he always finds me. It's Gumshoe to a T for ya. Oh, wait. Ah. Almost got it. Oh well. Gonna stop doing that. I need to actually keep playing the game. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew.
This sure brings back memories to when I worked as a part-time mover, sir.
By the look in his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours on the happy eyes, I have no intention of doing so.
Please, sir. Please ask about it. I'll tell you about my life. Please. Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal?
It's what the victim checked in, sir. So the suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't think he'd mind if we took a closer look.
There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir.
Wait, a file?
There's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir.
It looks like a profile on Franziska. Why didn't he have this in his possession? Why would Mr. Hicks have a file on her? Weird. Do I actually have the file? No, I don't. I guess I gotta piece things together. All sorts of boxes are piled up here.
This one says flammable on it. On this one, it says pharmaceuticals.
This one says for exorcism use only. Just what kind of operation is this airline running? Tasty winery, highly flammable.
Oh, I just love pushing the button on elevators and crosswalk signals. Here, you should give it a try, sir. Come on, push it.
The elevator is currently stopped on the first floor, Detective. It can't move.
Oh, yeah. I guess nothing would happen if you push it now.
Well, nothing would happen normally anyway without the special key card. Both the door to the engine's room and the elevator's control panels require a key card, which makes it impossible for a passenger to come down here. Hello, Constable. Have you noticed anything strange happening around here? No, sir. I haven't noticed a thing. I'm not sure what that he meant to sound so obvious. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you were already here at this airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was. There's something much more urgent we should be dealing with right now. Don't waste my time or yours. Well, I'm just looking to see if you have anything to say. That's the victim. It's infuriating to see him crumpled on the floor like that. Lifeless. I will catch the one who did this to him myself. What? Oh. Oh, I know you're still here. Hi. I will catch the one who did this to him myself. I swear it. Franziska is really worked up over the victim.
Wonder if it's actually her brother.
What do you think about this piggy bank, Franziska?
What do I think? What else is there to think but that it's the murder weapon?
What? Oh, I just hit my follower goal of 90. Oh! Awesome! Thank you, Abby! Oh, really? But what do you think about Captain Ugo himself? I don't know what to do when I hit 100, though. When I hit 100 followers.
He's a crude rendition of a genus of primates, commonly referred to as slow lorises. Loris comes from the Dutch word of simpleton, which is extremely fitting because that's exactly what Captain Ugo represents. The guilty simpleton I'm going to arrest.
So you've gone away from calling everyone a foolish fool to just calling them simpletons. Okay. I don't suppose she's capable of giving a more normal answer. That was all the evidence she was actually talking about. Why were you at the airport?
I've been following a very large and involved governmental-level international crime. But it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided that I should form a joint investigation with Interpol.
Franziska came to this airport on an Interpol liaison. Interpol is involved?
It's a top-secret operation, so I really can't tell you any more than I already have.
Now can I go look at the women's lockers and the beds? No, I can't. Gumshoe, why are you following me still? Please get stuck and stop it. I adore Gumshoe, but I want some alone time. Some alone time, Gumshoe. I got 2 seconds. Okay, so now we gotta broken glasses and the glass shards. I think we can safely conclude that these fragments are from a pair of glasses.
And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses!
Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of the glasses' lenses. There you go. The victim was here, just as I suspected.
So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir?
Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now?
Oh, it is. Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability has just skyrocketed considerably. All that is left is to find the murder weapon. File on Franziska and Interpol. He was the Interpol liaison! Oh! Biocat was Interpol! Now, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Franziska?
Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir.
Franziska said that she had come to this airport as part of an Interpol investigation.
Oh, maybe Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her.
Detective? I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was, in actuality, Interpol agent Hicks. I think Franziska has some explaining to do. Franziska, I have more information. Oh, also, do I actually have the profile now? No, I don't. Okay. Truth behind Hicks. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense. What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you and the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol agent Hicks. Isn't that correct? I should have known you figured it out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. So you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then? Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trial of a very large international smuggling ring.
Smuggling. Agent Hicks was on the trial of international smuggling. We went undercover to investigate this crime. And it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. I think we have a pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold.
But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down here to get it. Yeah!
Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure.
Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate smuggling operation he was observing. Franziska, do you know exactly how he intended to pursue his investigation?
No. Unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after he had landed.
I see, but this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew and entered the cargo hold with that person who let him in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. These glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament to that, and then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and they entered the elevator, but while they were riding it up, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks' body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator floor. Investigation complete. Yay, I'm healed.
I think it's pretty easy to say who the culprit is at this stage.
What? Really, sir?
I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth. But the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Tenerio.
Wouldn't let me look in her locker, though. Definitive evidence.
If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold. But the point to keep in mind is the keycard that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tenerio. I'd say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you?
I know what she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. Definitive evidence.
If it was a crew member, any of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold.
That might be true, but then it could be anyone including Miss Melly or even the captain.
Don't be a fool. A plane without a pilot in the cockpit is like
a horse without a rider, crop in hand, much like Scruffy over there. I can't disagree with her on that. Detective Gumshoe does always need a guiding hand. Very well then, what about the other flight attendant, Miss Millie?
I thought you might ask about her. But the point to keep in mind is the key card that allows the elevator to come down here.
But it's highly likely that the key card was stolen from Miss Tenerio.
It's highly likely. Is that possibility the best you can come up with? You call yourself a disciple of my father?
Yes, well, I don't have any evidence. I'm partly a victim of your father.
Be quiet. You're a disgrace.
There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tenerio, you know.
It's not just the keycard that gives her away.
Are you talking about the murder weapon, the Captain Ugo piggy bank?
Yes. She is also the only person with the key to open that display case.
Further,
there's the matter of the key to the display of the case held the murderous bank.
But that is a fake.
Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just a red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go?
Probably in one of the many suitcases right behind me.
speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know that we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as the murder weapon. What should be examined further to help us ascertain that the authenticity of the weapon? The body, crime scene. Crime scene. I think we should examine the crime scene in more detail. We might turn up the murder weapon if we search all the cargo and luggage. Did you think I hadn't thought of that? Even now, we're searching through them. But we haven't found anything that even closely resembles a murder weapon. Alright then. I suppose we should examine something else. What should we... the body. Or the piggy bank. The body? Franziska, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes. We don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see if the wound on the Agent Hicks' head is consistent with the murder weapon? Scruffy!
Yes, sir!
Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the result of Agent Hicks' autopsy.
Yes, sir!
Oh, well, bye, Gumshoe. Have fun. Make sure you get ointment for your wounds.
We've got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
What is it, Detective?
Still doing the autopsy. They said that we already know this one thing for sure.
Report. Now.
The doc said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back.
From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back. He was beaten over such a wide area.
Well, I'd say maybe it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Agent Hicks. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir.
Autopsy report date jotted down in my organizer. Scruffy. What is had a grudge against Agent Hicks supposed to mean?
Well, it's,
Was the wound on the victim's head consistent with a murder weapon, Detective?
Oh, well, they said they're still looking into that, sir.
You completely useless.
Yeah!
Sir, I told you already, you can't go down there.
No, you were moved from my way.
What is all that racket? It's that...
My luggage, my cargo, they're mine and I demand you return them to me.
They're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand and have a little patience.
I suppose there is no choice.
You're gonna push him down the stairs. Finally, I think he gave... Hey, what are you? He's winding up! He's winding up!
You have left me no choice but to use strong force!
You won't get past me! This is... Wait, that's it! So, that's what this whole thing has been about! Further, there is no matter of the key to the display case that held the murderer's bank. After all, you knew that we searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. He's falling. Ow!
The doc said it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder to his mid-back.
I think I think he's dead. Cause of death. Weapon can be found. Agent Hicks was on the trail of international smuggling. Weapon can be found. Oh, it's not that. I can't see a clear connection between these two pieces of information. Extension bruising from the back. That's not that one either! Gosh dang, what am I doing wrong? So it's this one and this one? that this isn't the real murder weapon, it's the cause of death. There you go.
Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there is an extensive bruising over such a wide area. Was this really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulder to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggy bank is much too small to have caused that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. An unusual large area of bruising suggests a very large weapon was used. Nothing can be found, though. If we're looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. But so far, we haven't found anything that resembles a weapon of any sort. Perhaps, just perhaps, it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration.
What was that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down here?
Franziska. What? What do you want? I found it, Franziska. I found the real murder weapon. You did?
He really jumped!
We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time.
He might be hurt! We should go check on him, sirs!
There's that pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. This coming from the prosecutor with a habit of whipping everyone she comes across. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence.
You two weren't listening at all, are you?
Come on, then. Show me this real murder weapon you speak of. Show evidence. Don't have evidence to show. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. Oh, there's the fools. I was wondering when it was coming. What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused Hicks' death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do believe I have figured out what was the real cause of death. Free fall. The victim fell from a great height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of death is free falling to the ground. He fell to his death. Yes, this is the only plausible possibility. The victim has extensive bruising on the back of his head and his back, and the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder happened inside this plane. I know. Are you claiming that there is some place in this plane from which he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold.
What? Then we're in trouble! We may have a second death on our hands, sirs! Hey, you! Tell me you aren't dead, pal!
Quiet! Why are you screaming?
Huh? He's alive!
And there you have it, milesedgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible, given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What's that supposed to mean? Suppose the large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. What would have happened then?
You could have been a Bulgarian pancake for sure, sir!
I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality is that the cargo box is there. So there is no point in entertaining your wild hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there is no proof it was always there. As if there could have been a window of time when the giant box was not there. But there was. What? What can I use to show her it's possible the box is not always there right now? So what are you standing in front of? What is that?
Cranial contusion due to blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Between 3 a.m. and 4:30 a.m. When we took Miss Melly's test. What could I possibly show her? So I will be making a brief stop right here. This one. You refueled in our Republic of Zingfa.
Yes, this flight had a short layover in Zingfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for the layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred onto the plane at that time? So, to further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question.
It's labeled Zingfa Express!
Correct. Meaning it's loaded onto the plane in Zingfa. Cargo from Zingfa data died down in the organizer. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded on at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zingfa leg of the trip, making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible. But your theory is still very far-fetched. Then allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. My first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Lower deck cargo hold. I guess we're going. If I may have a word with you, Franziska.
I don't think you have time for idle chatter. You still need to prove to me that your hypothetical situation is, in fact, reality.
What do you have to say, sir?
If you spy anything up, you come and tell me right away, okay, pal?
Roger, sir. That's rather unusual for Gumshoe to be directing. He must outrank this officer.
You run into any trouble, you just leave it up to me, okay?
Yes, sir. Watch out, Detective Gumshoe!
Scruffy, I think your ego is in need of some deflating.
I was following in your footsteps, sir. Wanna try patronizing my subordinates?
Cruel and unforgiving to the detective, even in front of his own subordinate. So Mr. Hicks was actually an Interpol agent.
This is so cool! I can't believe he was from Interpol! The adventure! The glamour! A miraculous big escape when you get caught by the enemy!
Except in this case, there was no big escape.
You know, miracle.
The leftover suitcases set here lined up in 2 pretty neat rows. Too bad for Miss Scenario, but this design is unmarketable.
I'd buy one if it was cheaper, sir. You think they'd sell it to me at a discount? Oh, well, why don't they sell them in the airport and have a bargain basement sale? Buy one, get one free. If you win the raffle, you get one more for free. How about those ideas, sir?
I think if they did that, everyone would lose. All sorts of boxes are piled up here.
This one says flammable, this one says pharmaceuticals, this one says for exorcism use. Ooh, I just love pushing the buttons.
I'm just trying to make sure that there's nothing hiding. There's a few things hiding. Not everything. It's the same dialogue. Shut up! I can't skip this because it technically... I haven't looked at it, but I have now. Ah! You can rant to me in Bulgarian all you want, but no still means no, sir.
What? You cheap man! You are only waiting for me to give you money, yes?
This guy's really pushy. I wonder if he really makes any sales this way.
As long as I never have to face him in court, he can be as pushy as he wants. I can't walk through them either. They're blocking the way up. Was he helped back up? Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on the cargo crew.
This sure brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir.
I wasn't close enough. Right here. This is a rather large piece of cargo.
There's the tag on it, sir. Let's see. Elephant Red statue. Never heard of it.
Nor I. But all I care about is if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime.
Then let's get investigating, sir.
Look here! Do not go any about touching my possessions without my permission!
Look! Don't rush up on me like that, pal!
So this belongs to Mr. LeBlanc, then. Does it? I should see what else I can find out from him. Hi, LeBlanc. Good job, officer. Mr. LeBlanc is certainly not an easy person to hold back. No thanks necessary, sir. It's all part of the job, even if he did eventually get by. Well, I have a few things to ask him anyway, so it worked out in your favor this time. Thank you very much, sir. Next time, I'll be sure not to let anyone through. Even if it takes my life in the process, sir. I appreciate the sentiment. However, we can't have people getting hurt on the job either. Okay, and you're also blocking me from going up. I see. It's a 2-in-1 special. Key?
I can see you have guts to show me a piece of art at this time. But from a single glance, I can already tell it is mostly worthless.
This is much more valuable of a piece of non-art, I assure you.
You look like you have something to say. Perhaps you are thinking little like casting pearls before swine.
He actually hit the nail on the head for once.
So you are finally paying me
money. This is the same dialogue. I want to see if he has anything to say about anything. Is it possible he's the smuggler? Oh wait, what?
Why do you show me something of no value? Show me the bread first and maybe we will talk.
Wait, he wants me to pay him before he'll comment on this? Bulgarian cloth?
What a waste! How horrible to see priceless piece of cloth soiled!
I assure you it wasn't me. I believe it to be the work of the killer.
I will teach that killer a lesson. You can be sure I will. I will be the LeBlanc Revolution.
I think he meant the LeBlanc Retribution. But either way, it sounds intimidating. Gotcha. Okay, LeBlanc's cargo. I take it this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. LeBlanc.
Of course it is mine. I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. It is Alfred's statue. It's worth 10 million cents. No, maybe much, much more.
Mr. LeBlanc's reason for choosing this plane must have been the large cargo hold.
10 million cents?
I suggest you stop trying to calculate how many packets of noodles that makes, Detective.
Darn, how did you do that? I feel like you keep getting bitter and bitter and seeing right through me every year.
Though I grow with each revolution of the planet around the sun, I have the distinct impression it continues to madly spin in place.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, so the 10 million cents, is that in euros or in dollars?
It doesn't really make a difference to our case. Mr. LeBlanc, there is a chance that your cargo is related to our murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a bit closer.
It is a very valuable piece of art, so no, there will be no touching.
So, Agent Hicks was on the international smuggling ring. He claims to have bought a piece of art from Europe, but he's actually a smuggler! That explains his weird obsession. Mr. LeBlanc has something to do with the smuggling ring. Then it's possible the fake statue was brought on board in Xingfa. I think I need to question him a bit further. Fake statue. About your statue, Mr. LeBlanc. I wonder if it might be a fake.
Well, what? How dare you say my art is fake?
I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring.
Do don't say such fantastical things. Those thieves would have not dare. I had the certification of my cargo right here.
You mean the cargo certification document, Mr. Zinc LeBlanc. Why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. I can't read this. What does it say?
It says as plain as day the cargo was put onto the plane in Europe.
And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. The statue was brought on board in Europe, just as it states in the certificate.
No, that's...
Which means that there never was a window of time in which the statue wasn't sitting there. Document written in Bulgarian proof the statue was lowered on board in Europe. Respectfully disagree. We can't discount the theory until I see the statue for myself.
Then you can have your wish. Look at it yourself and see I am right.
This. I know I've seen this somewhere before. This is the
Elf Red? It gives us such a feeling of art. I can practically smell it.
The statue has high amount of historic value. After it was unveiled at a museum in Europe, I brought it to this country to exhibit it.
A piece of art being shipped by Mr. LeBlanc who claims it's worth 10 million cents. I believe a closer look is warranted here. Give me a sec. It's not the real one. The real one has red eyes. This is a fake. You have a fake.
What have we here? It says Zangbo Express on the cloth, sir. I'm gonna take a guess and say that this delivery company is based in Zangbo.
If that's the case, then we can assume that what was loaded onto the plane in Zangbo. Something is tugging on the corner of my mind, as though something is out of place. This probably was a picture in Bulgaria.
I grant you permission to look, but if you make tiny single fingerprint, I will make you pay 10 million cents.
Isn't that the value of the statue itself?
Of course! It is the price of my very valuable time and the loading of my statue. Now, you wasted another minute. That will make you bill 11 million cents now.
I'm going to have to conduct this examination with even greater haste. Isn't that just $1,000? So this is the infamous Alfred statue.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something?
There's something wrong with this picture. We should examine it in more detail. Probably the not red eyes. The eyes are orange. Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? Yeah. There! Stop yelling Eureka! In that weird tone. These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think?
Yeah, pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir.
I don't think you see what I'm talking about.
No, I do. It's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. The memories.
I remember
standing on the field, spinning with my arms out until I felt ill.
I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo?
Huh? Ah! Sir, they're red!
As I thought. The statue is a fake. Mr. LeBlanc.
What do you want? Do you not know I am busy man? I allow you 2 seconds for the answer.
The Alfred. I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not?
It is biggest trophy of this European trip. Do you know why I wanted to possess the statue? The trigger started 17 years ago.
Better grab a chair, sir. Sounds like this is gonna be a long story.
Mr. LeBlanc, I regret to inform you, and you have my heartfelt sympathy, but
What is that? Sympathy? For what?
You'll see. I'd like you to compare the eyes.
The large fellow there has very bright and pretty eyes compared to you.
I wasn't talking about the two of us. I meant the eye of the statue in front of us and the one in this photo.
Why the sudden yelling? Now then. Oh! It is a photo of the statue on display at the museum in Europe. Ah!
Now do you see, Mr. LeBlanc? The statue before us is a fake.
Fake?
I believe that even further examination will be required. Now that we have confirmed that it's indeed a fake, there must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Zingfa. And I will present to you evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. This was brought on board in Zingfa. How can I prove it was? I can't go down, I can't go to the side. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, right here. What's this?
The statue looks like it's stepping all over its neighbor's cloth cover. It kind of resembles the donor's attitude in a sense.
You, what did you say now? Further, my clothing's hem is not being sit on by anyone. It is too expensive for me to allow that to happen.
Please forgive the trespasses of my subordinate.
Why should I forgive it the trespasses? Unless it is an expensive dress, you keep it.
So the alphabet is a fake.
That art dealer isn't looking too happy about it either, sir.
I'll get to the bottom of this for his sake, as well as mine. The leftover suitcases sit here and lined up in two pretty neat rows. Duplicate from this scenario. Ah, no, this is the same dialogue. Ah, no, I'm stuck. Ah.
Oh man, I'm stuck.
Okay, I'm no longer stuck. That's good. What have we here? It says
Zingfa Express on the cloth, sir.
Something is tugging on the corner of my mind, as if something is out of place. Is there anything else to look at? No? That's it? Okay, well. This is the spot somehow connected to evidence I hold. There we go, right here. There is clearly a contradiction here. What are you going on about? It's just a simple case of cargo cover being stuck under another piece of cargo. That's not possible. But it is. It shouldn't be this way, but the statue is on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Zhangfa, there is no way that any part of it should wind up under something from Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zhangfa. But then, what about the cargo certificate? Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of the flight? There is only one reason why. To secure proof of smuggling activity aboard this flight. So you say. But I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. He could just as easily inspected all the cargo after the plane landed. That may be true. However, you have it backwards, Franziska. Sure, Agent Hicks would have waited until after the plane had landed. But he had a reason for coming down here to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found the fake at the airport. It would have been after the swap had occurred. At that point, the suspicion would naturally fall onto the statue's owner, who would have no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge. Which means there was someone involved who is forging or modifying cargo certificates. Alfred certificate data.
Investigation complete. Yay, I needed help.
I guess the victim knew the real version of this was God getting out, huh?
Yes, while this photo could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold, a rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all he had to do was hold the Zhang-Fa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler. Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe Zhang-Fei leg of the trip, there would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks would have fallen to his death. Officer, move the statue immediately. I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath. Now! Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After moving the Alpha-Red statue out of the way, we tested the area under it with linoleum, and there was a reaction. I see. There was a reaction to luminol, an indication that there was blood in that spot.
Can we stop looking at it now, sirs?
It would seem that my deductions were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. The culprit cleaned the blood up well. And how do you think the killer did that? How did the killer clean up all the blood? With this cloth. The killer used the bloody cloth I found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. I see. They had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zhang-Fa. Yes, because otherwise the cargo crew would have discovered it during the layover.
So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zhang-Fa?
There is no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. But if that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. If the murder occurred before we landed in Zhang-Fa, then this becomes highly suspect. Miss Maylee's testimony. Recall Miss Maylee's testimony about Agent Hicks in regard to when we departed Zhang-Fa.
I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in the seat at 5 a.m., you know?
She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but...
That totally contradicts the facts, sir!
But why would she lie about something like that? I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Maylee herself. To be continued. And that's where we're gonna end it. Yes, we're gonna save. Let's actually not continue doing a whole line of save overs. I don't need to keep doing that. Okay. That's gonna be it for today. So clearly it's Cammy. I already had a sneaking suspicion it was Cammy. That was the wrong button. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. I'm ending. I'm leaving. Go away. Yes, please. I already saved. What are you talking about? Don't save. It's already saved. Back to title. Thank you. Okay. So I'm sorry about all the problems. How many chapters are in this? This is the first game. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then the second game, which is the only other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's 5 in each. Interesting. Alright, but that's gonna be it for today. Good day, good night, whatever time it is for you, and I will see you all